I'm interested to find out whether you feel European.
Yes, I do feel European. I mean, I have my own sense of identity as an individual, but my personal view is that we benefited from being part of the European Union. I mean, we'll still be part of Europe, and that's what I'm aiming to do now, to ensure that our partnerships and our connections remain strong and even develop further into the future.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, one of Napier's objectives in 2020 is to internationalise our work. Is that something that's going to be challenging when we come out of Europe?
Well, I think we'll all have to work a little bit harder to keep the European Union dimension. We teach all over the world. We teach in Hong Kong, we teach in China, we have great connections in the US as well as in Europe. So we are an international university. Being a member of the European Union made those working to develop those partnerships easier. And so we'll just have to work a bit harder. But the things that we do, creating new knowledge and developing talent, they kind of transcend borders. So most academic staff want to make partnerships around the world, you know, and we'll just have to work a bit more determinedly.
So that's not about to go away,
No.
is it, with one
No.
referendum? So, but I mean, the other hot topic in terms of referenda is the Scottish, potential second referendum, and that would be more likely for this university to be involved in Europe. You know, if Scotland can rejoin, it's still up in the air, but would that be a positive thing for Scottish universities?
It's very difficult to know, and I think that's one of the things about coming out about the whole Brexit and coming out of the European Union. We don't know what the outcome will look like. So where we are in 3 years' time, who knows? And how universities fare will kind of depend on the terms of that output. Similarly, with Scottish independence, we don't know where Scotland would sit in any situation, and so I don't think anybody can predict outcomes in such a very interesting situation and environment. It'll take time to see where we're going.
I also read in your biography that before you came to Napier you were at Glasgow, and I was interested to read that you took on the role of internationalisation. What did that involve?
Well, I suppose it involved, for me at that time, understanding, I guess I understood that universities would become more and more international as time went on. I mean, that was quite a long time ago. And that the way that science in particular was developing, and indeed across the arts, scientific research and culture and arts research, it's not about working on your own in a university in one country. It's about connecting with people around the world who share your interests and your goals and your ambition, and that makes your research richer. Those connections make your research richer, and so really working with staff in the university to say, we have this fantastic knowledge base, we have these fantastic people and students, how can we reach out to others who share our ambitions and our goals and improve our working environment and our research and our education for the benefit of everyone. And when you have these partnerships with universities around the world, they are mutually beneficial. They only work if both, or they may be multilateral if everybody gets something out of it.
So is internationalism integral to academia?
Oh yes, I believe so. There's not everybody might believe that, but I believe so.
Well, that's interesting you should say not everyone, because I was going to ask, imagine a Napier student that was a Brexiteer. I mean, statistically there must be some, and we've seen a lot of stuff in the press about defying the will of the people in Parliament, and what would you say to someone who would be perhaps unhappy with Napier's stance on Europe?
Well, I think I need to be clear here. It wasn't Napier's stance on Europe, because your point, I think your question is very pertinent. That was my personal view. I have said on behalf of Napier University that we will keep people informed. But my personal view was that I wanted to remain in the European Union, but it wasn't an institutional view, because everybody has a right to vote according to how they feel. And that's the same for me in all referenda. And there are people who, think it's a good idea to come out. And I will engage with those people and seek to understand their perspectives.
So what is Napier's view as an institution that we don't know?
We don't know. We didn't take a position on the referendum. The institution itself, we worked with other universities in the UK to argue the benefits, but we made it clear that individuals of the institution had the right, obviously, to vote whatever the way they wanted.
So we've spoken a lot about your commitment to keeping those international ties. I mean, just lastly, are you really prepared to fight until we come out? Is it something you're passionate about?
It is. I'm passionate about remaining connected. We have we've been working for 40 years odd to integrate and to build links across the European Union countries. And I'll be working hard to make sure that the gains that we got from those links remain and that our partnerships thrive into the future. And that the opportunities that were afforded to academic staff and to students remain. They may be in a different shape, they may be funded in a different way, but that the opportunities remain.